try to see the way the world turned what happened to me. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
All right. How in the hell are y'all doing, baby? Oh shit. There's always something. John's always behind on something. Gotta catch this. Oh, come on, really? Even when it hurts, baby. That's why we're here. That's what keep doing that. Anyway, it is Thursday, and I'm glad y'all are here. It's time for another Blue Dot Family Meeting. And Jeanette Miller was the first one to jump in, followed by Carolyn and John Metjesco, all the way out in North Carolina. So appreciate y'all. Dorothy Tyndall is here. Randy Peterson, woo pig, where are you? Last I seen you, you was in Waco. I don't know where he is in Waco. He's in Waco right now. Anyway, be careful on your way home, brother. We miss you. Donald Hamilton is here. Phyllis Harrison. Let me see. Penny Hartleman is back with us. Thank you very much, darling. Trudy Bachter is also here. Robin Arnold. Nana Lovely. Tammy Ames. Oh, Lord, I just now remember my wife just picking her head in a little while ago, and I said, I think you got a message from Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Mildred Ocasio is here. Let me see. Dwayne Dwizzle. Peach Tree Dishes. All right, baby. That's got to be sweet. Marcia is here. Jeff Curry. Let me get on down here. Irene Lambert. Uncle Fatty's here. Let me see. Becky Ann Arnberg, I think it said. I'm flying by, baby. We're trying to catch up here so we can get this thing going on. Dina Michael, Mildred Ocasio, Carol D. Burgess. Anyway, Donald Ware, thank you all for coming in here and visiting with us today. What's going on in the news? Nothing. No mail, no nothing. Okay, end of the show. We'll see y'all. No, are you shitting me? It's been a day, baby, and watching the news. I did a rant earlier today. Did I say I did a rant? No. I did 7 rants today. I kept getting interrupted. I had company audience today, so. But I posted the first one and the last one. So in between there, things got a little shaky in there, and but we got the word out anyway. Mainly about George Santos today. The ethics committee came out and said, yeah, he's a scumbag. He's a liar, cheat, steal. He's spending money on clothes, on jewelry, on OnlyFans. Really? He's having himself a grand old time, I guess. But that in the news here, down here in Texas with my governor, things aren't always what they seem. And but in this case, it is. Greg Abbott's an asshole, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to take federal power away from the federal government and install himself with powers he has no business having. And so, yeah, and just another day down here in Texas. I understand our co-host, Missy Chick, is not going to be with us. She had previous plans tonight, and I hope she's having a grand time with whatever she is doing. But we'll try to get Bernadette in here. Hello, darling.
Hi, am I on mute?
You're unmuted. You're live, baby.
Huh? Oh, very good. You can hear me.
How are you doing?
Hey, I want to Missy Chick is out on some personal business and I just want to send her blessings.
Indeed.
Okay.
Nothing
Yes.
serious, I hope.
Well,
Well,
just
that's
she
enough
needs
right
some
there.
blessings. Yes.
Yeah. Darn.
Yeah. So
Well, yes, we send her our best and send her our love. And
yes.
we miss y'all when you're not
And
here. Either one of you.
hugs. Hugs. I
Hugs.
miss her because she does certain things around here and yeah,
She stays on
some of
top of
that.
us.
Yeah,
Yes,
she stays informed is what she does, and
that's
she
exactly
just is
what she does. She
trying to
catches a lot of
stay
stuff I miss totally.
keep everybody else informed. Yep,
And
yep.
yes,
She's
and she keeps an eye on our Blue Dot family too. You
yes,
know,
she does.
welcomes new people in and who's sharing that shit and all that stuff. And so
Yes,
we
and
appreciate that.
my other help is having some computer problems, and so
Really.
we might be missing her. But I'm glad that we have the chat that we do because these guys are brother and sisters out here, and they just welcome each other every time we do this, and it's just amazing.
In the
So
family, in the chat, yes, Jeanette
absolutely,
Miller just said howdy, Jess and family. Uh,
yep,
and Penny just spent 5 hours in the ER. What the hell, Penny? Well, we're glad you're
yeah,
out of
yeah,
there. Hope you're home.
no,
somebody's
yeah, really.
somebody's having to explain what OnlyFans is. It's not about sports ball. Let's put it like that. It's anyway. Before we get started, there was a little something item left over from last show after we closed, and I mean just
Yeah.
seconds after we closed the show, my computer went ding, and it was Paul Christensen who came in with a $10 donation and said, "Let's make a dang dent." Christopher, I mean Paul, I hope you're out there. I hope you heard that. We appreciate it tremendously. And I'm sorry we didn't get that in at the last show, but it came in right after
Well,
I
we'll
hit the
do it
button.
now. Thank you, Paul.
Yes, thank you, Paul. Anyway, let me
Yes,
do that over
we
there.
appreciate everybody who contributes to this show.
Uh,
For sure, for sure. And
did
it's much appreciated.
did you see the Santos thing today?
Oh, there's so that whiny little bitch.
Oh man,
Okay.
I, well the good
And
news is he said he's not going to run for re-election.
absolutely. And we got somebody who will take that seat and do a
Yes.
good job, a damn good
Yeah.
job.
Well, that's how come the
Okay.
Republicans haven't all chimed in and gotten rid of him. If they had a wider margin in the House, they would have. They would have just said adios, see you later,
You
bub.
know, they have the margin in the house and they still can't get things done. So
All right. Now, if
shame
I'm
on them.
shame on them. I think we have Joe Garcia in the room. Joe, you with us?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Joe?
Oh, just spending some time here.
You in jail?
I'm in house arrest.
House arrest? There you go.
Yeah.
That's doing time, are you?
I'm doing time. It's kind of like Facebook jail.
Oh, look at her.
Well, you're good.
I know quite a few people that are in Facebook jail.
Yeah, I know
Just for
some people that I hope are destined for there. I have a list of people that should be destined to go. Hey, let me
Yeah,
thank Nana
yeah.
Lovely. Our own Tammy Ames came in with $2 and said meow 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 meow. Thank you very much, Tammy. I'll tell you what. I see Pauline Hall is in the audience there, and she's our cat angel. She's our kitty cat angel, and 110 pounds of cat food just showed up at my house the other day. That's Pauline Hall, and she has a big heart, and we appreciate her so much. But she's down there in the audience right now. Hello, Robert, Pauline. Always happy to see y'all in there. Anyway, Ed, did you make it in here? You're muted up, Ed. Got your mute button on.
Oh, I can hear him.
No, I can't.
You can't hear him.
I cannot hear him a bit. He's got his mute button pushed. I can tell because there's a little emblem right
Yeah,
there.
I can hear you, Ed. I can hear you.
Actually,
You
Hey,
he's
can
kiss
not
my
muted
ass,
'cause
Joe.
I can hear him too.
It's not fun to mess with a guy that's hard of hearing. I got headphones on, baby. I can hear. Go outside this door. Mama's out there saying the only thing she hears from me is, what? What? Huh? She's going to kill me one day. She gets mad at me, and I keep telling her, "Well, you need to speak up." That ain't working. Hey, Michael Johnson, our friend KY just came in with a $2 donation and said, "Looking at a house again." All right, fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, fuck DeSantis, and fuck the GOP. All in one sack, baby. I'm sorry for the language there, but it's right there, and I have to read that stuff. So, fuck all them people. And yeah, I'm glad he throws my governor in there because he's really trying to take a little power grab down here in Texas. He wants to give himself federal authority on immigration.
I think he needs to be the next one to go to jail.
I had some troll in there in my TikTok just a minute ago. Trump 2024. If Abbott leaves, maybe Trump will take his place. Yeah, kiss my ass. I told him I don't want that man anywhere. I told him I'd pray for him. That's what I told him. I said, I'll pray for your ignorant ass. But there are plenty of people out there like that. They don't give a shit. They're in it for the show, and Donnie's putting on a show. And did you just hear? We're fixing to have more of a show going on. Y'all know that, don't you? Oh, baby, I'm sure the little Truth Social's just burning as we speak. Because Donnie, he appealed. When the judge put a gag order on him up there in the New York fraud case, they put a gag order because he's been running his mouth. Donnie appealed it, and this evening, the appeals court upheld Donnie's appeal. Lifted the gag order. So, what do you think's going to happen?
He's going to flap his gums.
He is going to get to running his mouth just as quick as he can, and I think he's going to feel a little more emboldened to do it a little more drastically.
Well, hopefully he'll throw a threat out there, and he'll be arrested for threatening the judge.
It better not be an insinuation. It better be a solid threat because they're playing with him. Like we say, anybody else at any other time, if it was us, we'd be locked up. We'd be shit in jail already if we violated gag order as many times that man did. They keep giving him this leeway, and he's going to keep running his mouth. Go ahead.
You know what they say, give him enough rope.
Yeah. I'm betting on that part, buddy. Let me thank Keith Thompson, our Marine up in Minnesota. Hoorah, came in with a $2 donation and said, Vikings win. Who? Never heard of them. Vikings win, bring on the Cowboys. Oh, I heard of them guys.
Hey,
it's a thing.
Be very careful what you ask for.
Oh, man, it's going to, Vikings aren't a team to mess with. I would dare say the Vikings, Green Bay, teams like that when I was growing up, those were the big teams in the league back then. Only until I matured did I learn, Dallas Cowboys are,
Well, I'll tell you what, I lots of respect for the Green Bay.
I have a lot of respect for people who can live up in that stuff. Do you know what falls from the sky up there, Joe? I've heard of this stuff. It's called snow.
Hey, where? I gotta go.
Yeah, good. You mentioned snow. You mentioned snow to me and Joe, and we'll get in the car and drive to go see it. Where?
Oh, hell yeah!
Is it around here?
I mean, you see it only once a year. We're not, and we only see it for 2 or 3 days, and then we come home to a nice warm
snow or cold. I don't see no snow. No. We had that snow year. What year was that? 20.
That was an epic year.
That was the only time I saw it snow.
That was when Ted Cruz went to Mexico?
That's when Ted Cruz went to Mexico. We had a snowstorm down here, and we had snow a foot deep right up to the beach. And if you don't think that is a sight to see, South Texas does take on a different flair when it's covered by snow.
Oh, and, do you remember when the Back Bay froze?
Yes. Yeah.
It froze.
Like I wouldn't have tried to walk across it, but you were tempted to go. I think I could make it. Hey, let me thank Beth in Moose, who came in with, I don't know what that is, a $14 Canadian donation. So 14, that's times 20,000. And that's a lot of money. Anyway, they said, wish I could send moon rockets and Sticky Bud, love you, Blue Dots. Oh, you're killing me. That's okay. Don't do that. We can't have that.
I'm gonna have to go because
you gotta go, Joe?
Yes, sir. I'm on probation.
And doing time in the big house, buddy. I understand.
Well, Mama's with me right now, and I took her
right
to go
over
eat.
Your shoulder, huh?
That's right. I took her to go eat at Chick-fil-A.
Well, there you go. Well, y'all have a pleasant evening. Tell Maria I'll give my best.
I sure will.
All right,
And
Joe.
I only got 2 words besides good night.
What's that?
Is fuck
Oh,
fuck Trump.
did you say that? Look at
Yeah,
that,
I sure
Bernadette. Did you
did.
hear what he said?
Joe, I want to inform you that's just one word.
That's
Fuck
just one
Trump.
word.
Oh
Fuck Trump.
my,
It's just all
Just
one
one
word.
word.
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
That way
apologies.
it's not
that's okay.
profanity. It's just a new word.
I have a copy written.
Yeah.
I know these things.
Good night,
Anyway,
guys.
Joe, take care of
Good night,
yourself.
Joe.
Bye night.
And James, did you make it in?
Hey, yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just had to do some phone wrangling to get this Discord to work, but yeah, I'm in here.
Good. Good. Keeping abreast of the day's news, are you?
Oh Lord, I love it.
Oh, shit. I'm getting
I hope
entertained by the George Santos episodes here. That's
I hope
nothing
they
but.
can oust him out there.
I think they're going to have a vote tomorrow or the next day, I think. Well, tomorrow would have to be tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. And,
I thought they left for Thanksgiving holiday.
well, they were, well, they may have. And that would play right into the Republicans of not wanting to take that vote. You ask any Republican.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. That would lower their numbers, and
Yeah.
they barely can get the
They
vote
barely
now.
got the vote now. They're not about to give up a single vote unless they're forced to, and that's what the position they're in now. I mean, the whole
And
country
others-
is looking at this guy,
and
and we all know
others
who he
that have
is.
done far less than this man have been kicked out and expelled from the House because they had ethics then
Yeah,
for less.
they used to have ethics, or at least we assume
And
that they
and
used
I
to enforce
understand
it.
because see, I read the report because these are the things that I do, right? Because I need to
That's
know
what Bert. That's
what did they say, okay?
What did
And
they say,
in the
Bertie?
last three pages, yes, they acknowledge all of his sins, and there are many, honey. But they also
He's got 'em
turned
stacked
it
up.
all over to the DOJ because the DOJ has a current criminal case against them, and they don't want to interfere with that. So they submit the report to the committee and thus the House, and told them they have a right to bring a vote, and they should bring a vote because it's been done several times before in the
Yes.
past, and they list the cases in which it has been done.
They gave
Yet
precedent.
they still kicked the ball and said, we're not going to recommend that you do this. This is just something that's been done before in the past.
He's
Okay.
guilty.
We're turning
But we're
we're
not
turning our information and our evidence over to the DOJ, and they said they had enough evidence that perhaps the DOJ, I don't know if there's a superseding indictment to a superseding indictment, okay? But there should be more
There's-
criminal charges is what they said.
In
This
other words, the
motherfucker
list they
needs to
have
go.
right now is not extensive enough. He's committed more crimes.
Exactly.
I couldn't believe that
Exactly.
OnlyFans. Really, buddy? Doing money, your donors' money on OnlyFans? I bet he tips well. I bet he tips well, baby. What is that? That's
He's
pitiful.
disgusting.
It is, but it's difficult to sit over on any side of the fence and throw rocks when we have Menendez in our house. Menendez should resign.
We also have two people who are running for Menendez's seat, and there have been over, I don't know, 30 some odd Congress people, I believe people in the House, people in the Senate, that have called him out and told him that he should resign.
He should resign.
Absolutely, he should resign. The governor of Philadelphia is Phil Murphy. His wife is Tammy Murphy. She announced yesterday that she was running for the seat. And there's another gentleman who is a House congressperson right now. His name is,
See, Bertie's on the ball.
oh snap, make a liar out of me. His name is, yes,
That guy.
hang on, I'll tell you, he's in Two for Blue. I just
Your notes are
posted him
probably
over
like
there.
mine. By the time I get done
Andy
writing
Kim-
them, I look down there and go,
Andy
what the
Kim,
hell?
I'm sorry, this is for New Jersey. It was the governor of New Jersey. I misspoke there. It's not
Right.
Pennsylvania, it's New Jersey. Andy Kim is currently a representative in New Jersey, and he too is running to restore integrity to the U.S. Senate. So he's running for Menendez's seat, and so is Pat Murphy's wife, and her name is Tammy Murphy. She too has put her hat
Really?
in the ring to run for his seat. So
For his seat.
it's not like the Democrats are not calling for him to be.
No.
Get your ass out of here. Name one Republican.
There's a unified voice within the Democratic Party suggesting the appropriate thing that he resign due to his own lack of integrity and this money thing. But you're not going to find that on the Republican side.
At least he had the temerity to step down
from his committee.
Committee, exactly. Yes. He didn't step off the committee. He just stepped down.
Down from leadership.
Yeah.
It's progress, I guess. George Santos, we can't get him to do shit. The only thing we have prodded out of him now is he's not going to run for re-election. Well,
you can't even get that idiot to tell you what his real name is, okay?
Yeah, we haven't quite figured out exactly what that is. Hey, let me thank you, Jay, who just came in with a $2 donation. Jay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're not, you know, the mere fact that he's not going to run again is one thing. I don't know why he is reluctant to resign. It would seem to me that would be the best way out the back door. You're not going to escape any charges or anything, but at least you'd get that camera out of your face. But again, he probably thrives on that camera just like Donnie does. Good news, bad news, it doesn't matter. You're in the news.
Exactly, John.
Yeah.
That they all run for their social media platforms. That's all that these people are doing nowadays.
Indeed.
They're not doing anything to benefit the people of America right now. They're running for their own personal gain. That is the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So if Trump got back in there, could he pardon him? I mean,
yes.
Is this federal crimes?
Yes.
Yes. If Trump got back in, you wouldn't believe the pardons he's fixed. All those January 6th hostages.
He would start with himself.
He would pardon himself. It preemptively probably pardon himself in case anything else came.
Going in the door, absolutely.
Yeah.
He would, and that in itself is going to cause a constitutional crisis. And that's all these people care about.
It's like that we're headed that way no matter what.
No matter what.
I really do, because look, the man is still out there spouting his shit, and now lifting this gag order. You don't think, the worry with Donnie Boy is, if we keep letting him run his mouth, he is going to incite other people to do things, and that's the danger of the man. Is that we allow him to keep doing this under the guise of free speech. He's got a right to say whatever he wants. Well, you can't incite violence.
Well, what was their justification for lifting that? Because it was just a limited gag order. It wasn't like a
very limited gag order. His right for free speech is what I quoted. Marcia's the one that read this whole thing because I was busy and was telling me, so I got it secondhand. But I trust my wife. Yeah.
She's a curator of news.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. My better half is my political advisor. But then she don't get out and mow the grass, so that's what I'm doing.
Because she's curating the news.
That's right, she's curating the news and taking care of the situation in the house.
Everybody has their jobs.
That's right. That's right. Sometimes mine overlap with what I want to try to get done. Anyway, Ed, did you ever make it in? You're still muted up. And Tony, are you in the room with us?
I got my papers.
Hey, you got your papers. Are good things. You got your papers, buddy. We might have to deport your ass.
I got my papers, and Tom Cotton said that he gonna make sure that the cigarette companies make menthol cigarettes, kill us all as black folks.
Oh, gonna stand up for that menthol thing, huh?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. There's legislation we need right there. How dare you step in?
Yes.
Yeah, I vaguely heard the story that they're gonna outlaw menthol in cigarettes.
They did in California.
You know why?
They didn't outlaw menthols. They outlawed the sale of menthols.
Well, that pretty well does.
In California.
Well, I learned a long time ago back in the 70s when I worked for an actual pipe and tobacco shop. pipe and tobacco shop where we actually blended tobacco for customers and sold smoking pipes. And it was common knowledge back then that the worst grade tobacco that they put in cigarettes were menthol. Because who the fuck's gonna know if you throw a bunch of menthol on there? That's all they're gonna taste. So you put the crappiest tobacco in that brand, that line of cigarettes.
Yeah, that waste not, want not, right?
Yeah, yeah. Get the floor sweepings up, put up here, throw some menthol in it, and shove it through the machine. And yeah, so I never was a liking for menthol, but no, that's one of the things I heard they were trying to take out.
Well,
Don't
I
sell it
understand.
on the street.
I used to smoke years ago, and I quit smoking about 25 years ago because I didn't really
Oh,
like
Tony,
it.
I am
So
on.
I
I'm
know
kicking
what that's all
myself.
about.
Every morning I get up and I have my coffee and I light that cigarette and I
Hmm.
hate myself the rest of the day. I am
Well,
on the verge. I have to quit. You know, my health is not that great. My lungs aren't that great. I've been smoking since I was, I'm almost 71 now, and I remember smoking when I was 12, 13.
yeah, I
Look at your
understand.
look at how good your brother's doing.
Yeah, indeed. I spoke to my brother last night. My wife and I out there on speakerphone and all that, and the first thing she said when oh, he sounds so good. He does. Mind you, a few months ago he was on his deathbed. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's something that is heavy on my mind. But then I'm like a lot of other people. I use things that happen in my life as an excuse to smoke that. Yeah, you pissed me off. Yeah, son of a
Chris,
bitch, I'll
yeah,
fucking smoke
Chris.
this thing. You know, and it's eating me alive. And I need to start taking care of my health. Because I can feel physical. I don't know if it's the cigarettes or just plain stress. You
It's
know,
a
it,
cigarette.
it, it
I tried
yeah,
cigars
it
too,
is.
but
It
I'll
is.
tell you what. I smoked weed, wackety baggy,
Never heard of it.
for about 25 years, and it never did mess
Yeah.
up my lungs.
I,
I had
I say
X-rays and everything.
I need to quit
Never
smoking
did.
cigarettes. Is what I need to quit smoking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cigarettes.
cigarettes. I need to quit
It's
smoking.
not good.
Not good for me. And but I am one of those.
What
Today's
the
a
hell
fine
is that?
example. The video that y'all see me put out today,
Yeah.
that was take number 7.
Hmm.
That was 7 attempts to try to get a video out where I was not, where I did not, when I did not have an audience. Let's put it like that, please.
Hmm.
Some people just love
Hey,
to hear
John.
me live. Yeah.
But
John, take
guys, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
ta- John, take you a trip out to Oregon and
Yeah.
take you one of those mushroom trips, and then you won't even fucking think about
That's
cigarettes
what.
no more.
No more even think about it. That's what I need to do. Let me
Uh,
thank Nana Lovely, who came in again with another $5 and said, "Is there a popcorn shortage?" Reading comments, I see blue dots turned to better snacks to deal with this shit. This blue dot family's got lots of snacks, baby. Uh, oh, I see. Turned to better snacks. What? I missed something. See, oh, look at there. I used to put 2 joints in a pack of cools to make the menthol. There you go.
I hear that.
You know, you get into that discussion. Texas, as I always say, will be the last state to legalize it because we get more drug enforcement money than anybody else because we got the biggest border and we have to protect it from not only the marauding hordes of fatherfuckers fixing to come over the border, but all those drugs that come over, they carry it around. Yeah, that's not the way it gets here, baby. It gets here at the local airport at your shipping
But guys,
terminal.
I only got on here for a little bit
What's up,
just to
Tony?
let y'all know I was still kicking.
Good.
Nothing happened to me.
Good. We're always glad to hear
And
that.
the weather's been decent around here and everything. And Paulette's, I'm waiting her to bring me a knife.
A nice what?
No, I ain't gonna,
Hey,
I ain't
hey,
gonna
hey.
stab her or nothing like that. Okay, you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you.
I've been waiting her to bring me a knife because she just made some beautiful BLT sandwiches,
Ah,
and I told her to bring me a knife so I can cut them because I didn't want to drop them all in my lap.
I know it.
You
You
know,
tried to
There
pick
you
it all
go.
up. There you
I'll
go.
be there in 20
Yeah,
minutes.
no shit.
you be there in
Okay.
20 minutes. Well, then I don't
Yeah,
have
buddy.
lap sandwiches.
Ah,
Well, I done took pictures of them.
No,
Okay,
no,
I
I
took
ah,
said
pictures of them.
I will be there in 20 minutes.
don't send no picture. Bernadette's on her way.
Well, I took.
She
I'm
Well,
likes
there,
she
extra
brought
man.
me a
bacon on
knife.
that
All
sandwich.
right.
Yes,
Well,
buddy. I do love a
okay.
good
I
BLT.
I'm gonna put a few pictures later on sometime tonight of them, and they'll be open face at first, okay, and
Okay,
show
you
you the
just gonna make me
bacon and
lick my phone,
everything,
right? Yeah,
and
okay,
then
thank you.
I'll take
Thank you,
one
Tony.
picture and when I close them up, okay, and I got a
And
couple
does
of
it
what was it, cheeseburgers, something we had last night, cheeseburgers with onion and something on it was. Egg cheeseburger. You ever heard of cheeseburger breakfast sandwich?
Hell
Oh
yeah, we
yeah.
do it
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. So I got pictures of that too. But I just wanted to get on here for a little bit and tell y'all, hey, I love all you guys. I listen to you every time, and I'm still alive.
All right.
Hey Tony.
Sweet.
Tony,
Huh?
are you
Huh?
listening?
Yeah, I'm listening. I hear it.
Thank you, brother.
Clicky clicky.
I love
Hey,
it.
no problem. No problem. No problem.
I,
Click clicky. So
I love you, brother. Take care of yourself,
okay.
and
Okay,
we'll
y'all have
talk
a
to you.
good night.
Woo.
Good night, Tony.
Okay, I'll
Take care
get
of
back
yourself,
on you
bud.
with sometime.
All right.
Okay.
Give me a holler.
Y'all take care. Oh, I will. I will definitely.
All right.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right. Talk to you soon. Let me
Okay.
send out a thank you. Let me catch my breath because, ooh.
Take it easy, John.
Yeah, I know. For medicinal purposes only. I want to
Yeah.
thank Brittany Stanley, who came in with $5 donation and said Chip Roy, a GOP House rep from Texas, yes, I know who he is, lost his shit. He lost his ish. He was asking, what the hell is his party doing? I'm wondering the same damn thing. Ugh. What is his party doing? What is
Chip Roy? Chip Roy is screaming at the Republican Party because they've done nothing in the last,
no.
since they've been. But here's what we need to understand: what he's screaming about, them doing nothing about, is cutting your Social Security and cutting your SNAP
That's the
benefit.
Republican Party. Why
Cutting,
is that?
and cutting
Could be
anything
because
that
they took a
benefits.
whole lot of money out of Social Security
Yeah,
to pay
you
our
know
bills.
that's what he's pissed about.
Yeah.
Don't let that shit fool you.
No, the Republicans have a plan, and your
He's
ass isn't
pissed that he
included.
didn't cut anything
Mm-mm.
in this resolution that they passed.
It's pitiful. Let me send out a quick thank you to
Pathetic.
Trudy Baxter, who came in with a $10 donation and said, how many Trump supporters does it take to change a light bulb? Answer, none. They'd rather be in the dark. That's pretty
Ain't
good.
that the truth?
Ain't it the truth? They don't want to look at the, yes, just like the guy who made the comment on my video a little while ago, and the ones that love to be entertained in person. There's some people you're just not going to get to. They're Trumpers, die hard. They don't give a shit how much proof
Hey,
it is there.
these
They love him more for it.
these people are pissed at Mega Mike because he didn't do what they say he should do, and all they want to do is cut your Lifeline services to exist.
Yeah, well, we have an out of control budget. The deficit is so high that we can't afford to be just handing out checks to
Gee,
all
I
the
wonder
people.
why. Hey,
Yeah.
why don't we tax some of them $billion corporations
Hey,
that
why
don't
don't we
pay
cut
tax?
the defense budget?
Mm,
There's a good idea.
there's
We
a
could
thought.
save billions and billions. Yeah, that's not going to ever happen.
Just
Oh,
do a damn
John.
audit. Do
Huh?
a damn audit on it, man, because they're wasting tons of fucking money.
Oh, brother, you don't know the half of it. What the American people know about
That's
fraud, waste, and
that's
abuse within the
intentional.
government it is minuscule. It is rampant. And not only in the federal government when it applies to contractors and everything else. Look at our own House and Congress. Tell me that the donations that these, all the way up to the Supreme Court, are you shitting me? Seems like there's always somebody for sale. For the right vacation, the right house, the right
John,
money.
There has always been somebody
Yes.
for sale on both
Always.
sides,
On both
and
sides,
it's
yes.
about time
I wouldn't
we
argue that.
clean our house because
It
it's
is.
filthy.
Because if we're demanding a clean sweep over there, we damn sure need to make sure our house is clean. And that's why Menendez comes up all the time. Are you shitting me? We have a sitting senator who was caught with over $500,000 cash in his house in gold bars, talking about he might need it in case, because his family had to flee Cuba. So, and the only answer to that is, why? Because you think you might have to flee the United States? And
John,
that's his
are
logic.
are you telling me that you still don't have your gold bars stashed underneath your bed yet?
I just don't.
Damn
I just haven't gotten around to, running down there, and you have to take out. Well, first you have to come up with the money to buy the. Oh, I got to start. I don't know. How much is a soul worth nowadays? How much can you get? Because that's what they're selling. Their
Yeah,
souls.
well,
The integrity within their own. I can't do that.
yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah, it's. But don't think it doesn't go on both sides of the aisle. I always, say there's not a single person in Congress who is not a millionaire, and they may not have been a millionaire when they got there. But guess what?
Yeah.
They soon became one because you can't get
Well,
away from it. You know, the
can we
information they
not
have.
elect another billionaire that don't give a fuck about people
I don't want
to
that
the
from the country.
presidency? Can we do that?
Nope. Well, we
Please.
can. We might. Should we? No, we shouldn't.
No.
Yeah, at least Democrats do try somewhat to help us, you know.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
And they do believe in democracy.
That's one thing. We'll give them credit. We'll give us credit for that. No, I
No,
do
that's
think
what's
that,
on the
the
line.
Democrat, although not perfect, and no party is, we tend to be more for the working people of this country, the middle and lower class, not so much the wealthy. They've got a nice, comfortable life up there, leave them be. But no, the Republicans have taken it to a new level nowadays. We're beyond just a disagreement about budgets or defense. They're into the whole total fascist dictatorship line over there.
Right now they are. They
Yes.
got their hook, line, and sinker on that shit.
Yes, indeed. Let's welcome Adam and Mitch to the
Hey,
group.
what's happening?
Nah, not much. What's going on?
Hey, not much, not much. Just got done eating some food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had some mussels.
Mussels. Who's
Right
mussels?
Yeah, mussels like clams.
Oh, them mussels. I know
Yeah,
what you're talking
mussels.
about. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with
I
you.
love them.
What I have for dinner? I can't even remember. Oh, something. I can't even remember what I had. Anyway, what important. Glad you're here.
Yeah,
Adam,
you bet,
I'm
you
sorry.
bet.
I'm sorry. That's a good pipe. Mitch, how are you?
Hey, okay. In case you're wondering, I had shrimp with asparagus for dinner.
Listen to
Thanks
y'all.
for
Oh,
asking.
Shrimp.
you know,
Hey,
get,
food
Y'all are
night.
eating damn
John,
good.
John,
Huh?
John, can you boot Mitch, please? I
Yeah,
don't want to
really.
hear that.
Come in here talking this stuff. I'm trying to remember
Can you
what I
just
had.
boot
I
him?
just ate
Kick
it
him
just
out
a
the
little
room.
while.
Y'all get off the food. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all what I made because it's rainy and it's cold out here. I made potato soup, which is really freaking good. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I
So,
bet.
Potato.
so,
On
yeah.
cold days,
so,
I make something called corn chowder, which is mostly like a potato soup.
yeah.
It's a chowder, heavy base, and all that stuff.
Oh, I know
Anyway.
corn chowder.
Let me thank Brittany
Now
Stanley.
we move on from the food.
You know, Brittany Stanley, who just came in with a $2 donation with a hell of an idea. Why don't we tax the hell out of the mega churches? Oh, that could provide
Please.
security for Social Security for generations to come. Yeah, let's do
Imagine
that.
if we taxed the churches and the wealthy motherfuckers. We'd be just fine.
Wouldn't we?
There wouldn't be a
As a matter of
deficit.
fact, we'd probably get a tax cut. We'd
Yep.
pay off the deficit. You know, wouldn't be a
Then you'd have to give up separation of church and state. Then if you did
They-
that,
where is it separate? Because these
I
fuckers
know.
are out here, you
that
know,
line's been
got
crossed. buddy.
political speak from their little, lecterns
Ted-
and whatever it is that they preach from in the church. Whatever.
but then technically it still exists. But I know what you're saying.
Where is it existing? We have
And the
a
Constitution.
speaker.
No.
Do you know what the next guy wants to do to the
Yeah.
Constitution?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm
Okay.
I'm agreeing with
They
you.
don't
I'm
give a
not
shit about
disagreeing
that.
with you.
Oh, I know you're agreeing with me, but the simple matter of the fact is that we have a speaker in the House who wants a theocracy right now.
Yes. He's all
There
ready
is
to
no
turn it all over to
separation.
God right now.
There is no separation
Yeah.
in this man's mind.
No.
It's how he believes.
Out of his
Whether
mouth, he
you
said,
like
if
it
you
or
want to
not.
know what he is like, read the Bible. If you want to know who he is,
That's
read
what
the
he
Bible.
thinks.
That,
It's all
that
about
and he has
how
a,
what he believes.
he has
He don't give a
porn
shit about what you believe.
No.
Exactly.
And Republicans are just that way. They don't give a shit what you
Yes.
believe. They know what's best
But
for this country.
But this one is serious, and he's the third in line for the presidency.
I don't understand why Republicans aren't jumping out of their seats to throw him out of the seat. He did the same thing Kevin McCarthy did. He stepped across the aisle and worked with Democrats. Oh my
I don't
God,
think
get
he's
rid
going
of
to
him.
last a year.
You don't
He
think
won't
so?
last a
I
year.
don't,
don't
I don't
think
even
so
know
either,
if he'll
Mitch.
be there. Not even by New Year's.
Hey, let me send out a quick thank you
Yeah.
to Corey Borton. Barton, who just came in with a $5 donation. Corey, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate every one of them that come through that window, baby. Thank you so much. Yeah, he's not the only one. My mind just went that way. So,
yeah, it's just to drop the food talk, but it's going to be cold here tomorrow. So if anyone knows, I'm doing tater tot casserole.
Mmm. I like tater
Let me-
tot poutine. Tater tot poutine rocks.
Oh, tater tot casserole. It's a Midwest thing.
Mm. What's in it besides tater tots?
Cheese, cream of mushroom soup, ground beef, mushrooms, onions.
there you go.
Throw it in a casserole, little breadcrumbs on top, pop it in the oven, you're done.
Quick, easy meal. Tasty, yet filling.
Just regular onions.
That's something we don't use in my house. Regular onions. We use sweet onions.
Oh.
I love sweet onions.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
sliced
Vidalia?
1015 is what we call 1015s down here.
Oh,
They got the
1015.
number right
Okay.
there on the onion. There with a little sign there. It says 1015.
Okay.
I don't know what brand it is. It's just a sweet onion. You could eat it like a freaking
Yeah,
apple.
yeah.
almost.
The sweet onions. That's what I use too.
Yeah. Anyway, so Mitch,
Yes.
how's everything in your life?
Oh, not too bad. Everything is going okay. New job so far. I've
That's
been
what I was
employed
wondering
for
about.
a week now.
How's everything
I
going
made
with
it
the
through
new
a week.
Good.
I got my first paycheck today. That was sweet.
There you go. Who don't
Right?
like a decent paycheck, brother? There you go. Good. I'm glad. That makes us all happy.
Yeah.
And you're
It's
enjoying
one
the new.
less thing for me to worry about.
Yeah, really. Yeah. And you like the atmosphere of the new job?
They're very nice people. You know, they're people that I've worked with before about, oh my God, about 10 years ago. It was that long. God damn. And it was when I started to work for Chris. It was 2015.
More howdy.
Yeah.
And the world keeps on going, baby. Well, I'm just happy as shit. We all were when we found out you got the new job. You weren't out of work that long, though. Really?
Dude, I keep telling my career coach, I say, I can't believe how lucky I am. And she's like, nah, you're not lucky.
You're good.
You know, you worked for what you got.
That's it.
And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But I still feel like I was lucky because I know there's a bunch of people out there who are not as lucky as me. And there's some people out there.
That's what the kind heart of you is. That you know that.
You know, empathy doesn't sound like a really super difficult concept, but it's
Not
being
at all.
rooted out of our culture. You know, the idea, just the idea alone that people deserve the absolute minimum as a right, as a human right. They deserve food, water, shelter, medicine.
We're not doing so good in that field,
How
are we?
can you call yourself a Christian? And my
Indeed.
apologies to people. How do you call yourself a Christian and say,
To
"Oh
not
well,
be
you know,
empathetic.
we're not going to feed hungry kids. We need, you know, there's no
You're not
money
going
to
to
be
use my
made in
tax
feeding
dollars
hungry
for
kids."
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of in religion, when it comes to that, is they're all about the unborn child. They will fight tooth and nail, but after that child's born, you're on your own, baby.
There's no unborn child.
No.
I'm tired of hearing that shit.
Well, the fetus. They're all for the fetus. That's what they're for.
They're not for the fetus. Therefore,
Total
they
control.
are for
There
controlling,
you go.
humiliating, embarrassing, and denigrating women. That's what it's about. It's got nothing to do with babies.
With procreation.
How ridiculous.
No, they don't want.
Nothing.
They want the control. If they had their way, women's rights wouldn't have even been achieved back in the day.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I remember stumping with my mom for ERA. Remember ERA?
Yes, the Equal Rights Amendment. Yes.
And everybody said, you know, how could you not want the ERA? What about the ERA doesn't make sense?
Well, they would argue it's going to cost them a lot of money. That's what they would argue. Or the truth of the matter would be that it would cost them a lot of money because they'd have to start treating women the same way as they treat men. And they're not there yet.
We can have that. We can't have
No.
Well,
And we're not there yet.
originally,
Women are still
originally,
underpaid.
women weren't, considered human. They were property in the Constitution, and so they had no rights. So it's real easy to be
Nobody
a
had rights until they fought for them.
federalist and constitutional, because women didn't have rights and black people didn't have rights and
The only
nobody had
people
rights
that had
except
rights at
rich
the
white
beginning were
men.
white slave owners. You could be white,
Yep.
you had owned slaves. Hey, shut your mouth
Everything
and get
else
the back.
and everybody else was property.
Yes.
So
Yep.
property can't vote. Property don't need rights. Property don't need health care. Property don't need wages.
Nope.
None of that shit.
They don't need human rights
No,
because they're property.
Correct.
it's your property. Exactly.
What are you worried about voting for, right? Your property.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
if you want to think the way I do, what's the point in it? Trump won. We can stop right now with all the election stuff and going through the primaries and everything. We can all just sit
Yeah.
back and just agree, yep, Trump won, and that's all there is to it. Because that's the only way it's going to go on that side. You know, and I'm looking at a headline that just pumped up, and it just says Trump plans to wield executive power in unprecedented ways if reelected. Well, of course he is. It's going to be revenge tour. Anybody that spoke ill of him.
And here's the thing. Here's the most disturbing thing about what they're calling for is that constitutionally there's nothing wrong with it.
The Constitution gives all powers to the president.
That is
and
correct.
the executive branch, and the Department of Justice, the Department of everything falls under the executive branch.
So his disturbing claim is that, well, we're just following the Constitution. Constitution says I can do it.
Yes, it does.
And
It does.
unfortunately, he may be right.
Yes, it does say that.
But he's not right with being the president, though.
It would be the first time a president. Well, let's think about this, because we can't sit here and say that no president has had influence over a department. Of course they do.
And let me
course
tell
they
you,
do.
it's not unprecedented, because if I'm not saying we remember, but we remember enough history to know that during the war, FDR vested himself with immense executive power.
With the War Powers Act.
Okay?
Yes.
And it was only until the Supreme Court found the National Recovery Administration to be unconstitutional that started to dismantle. But you gotta have argue that we might not have survived that war had that executive power not been given to him.
Right.
And I'm not saying it's an excuse for any sort of behavior, but it is what it is. You gotta look at that and say,
But he's talking about internally. Trump is. He wants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's not doing it for the
what he
national
wants to
good
do. What he
during
wants to
wartime.
do is, on day one, everyone will be given a loyalty test,
Yep.
and those that are not loyal to Trump will be discharged.
Yes, man, everywhere.
The headline
Which
underneath
he,
that headline.
believe it or not, has a right to do. If you can believe it, he actually does, according to the Constitution, he does have that ability.
That power, yes, he does. Under that headline I just read, the next headline under it reads, "Revenge, hardline immigration policies, and purging disloyal federal workers are on the table."
Correct.
On the
Yeah.
to-do list.
Yep.
And that's where you can find Project 2025 comes in. They're already, right now, recruiting people to take take the place of these federal employees who are disloyal to the president, not to the country, disloyal to him. That's that's what he's talking about.
Let me ask you a question. Do these federal employees, don't they take an oath? And it's not to the president, it's to the Constitution.
It's the Constitution.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
all.
but he wants to get rid of the Constitution. So
Yeah.
if there's no
He's going to throw
Constitution,
that out the window.
then you don't need to take a oath to the Constitution.
You'll have to take
Your
an oath
oath
to
to
Donnie.
the Constitution is voided because there's no Constitution.
Given that situation, how long do you think
Bullshit.
democracy would stand?
It dies at that moment. It
dies
dies
at that
the
I'm not
moment
sure
he
it's-
gets elected.
I'm not completely sure it's standing right now, honestly.
If it,
Oh, no,
we're
it's
standing on a
standing.
toe. We're hanging on to the last thread before it breaks. Is what we're at right now.
You're
This,
standing
you
on
know,
two broken legs right now.
and we've said this before. And looking back at my lifetime, and like I say, I'm freaking way too old. Remembering history the way I do, this election is more than anyone else in my life is more consequential. What happens in 24? Better yet, what happens on January 6, 2025? That's the day. I don't want a repeat of the last one, but boy, howdy shit. Can you tell me it's not going to happen?
I don't think he can win, honestly. But if he wins, I'm leaving.
I'm going. We already discussed it with
I'm
Dave.
leaving.
We're
That's
headed to
all there is to
Australia.
it.
That's it. We're going to make additions
I'm
to
not
Dave's
going to
house.
be one of those people who say, "Oh, why didn't the Jews fight back? Why didn't the Jews do something?"
Yeah.
The Jews.
The way he talks, it's like 1930s Germany when he's
Really?
trying to
Totally,
convince
100%.
good Americans to purge from their fellow citizens those that are undesirable to us. And what makes me think this for with somebody like Greg Abbott and all, the Hispanics would be wiped from this country, baby.
Oh yeah.
You know.
They're,
It's okay. You can be a Hispanic as long as you're loyal to Trump. See, that's the thing.
It's all about
What
loyalty
makes you
to
a
Trump.
vermin? What makes you a vermin is your disloyalty to Trump. Nothing else. You can be black, you can be Hispanic, you can be gay, you can be anything.
So long as you praise the glorious leader.
Oh yeah, let me bring that little nugget up. Did you see where in Tennessee they passed a bill banning public display of homosexuality? If you hold hands in public and with another dude or a chick or whatever,
public display.
I guess they can put you in jail.
Ted Cruz better not go there.
A whole lot of people better not go there. You know,
I forget what county it is, but
that's what their platform is. Their platform is about morality. There's
no more. That's not morality.
Well, no. They're fake morality.
Fake
They're
morality.
the social issues of the day. That's their battlefield. They don't have anything else except to scream about something they have no business screaming about. What difference does it make if somebody's gay? Are you gay with them? If you're not gay with them, what's the problem?
Exactly.
You know, they can't walk away from it because they want to morally judge your life. Or I have another sentence in there, but I can't dig it out. That's but it's not only the gay issue, it's all the social issues.
They just want to trigger people's emotions,
What better way to get them into the voting booth? Piss them off.
And just say, gays are pedophiles. And, how are you gonna prove that? Prove it.
Everybody that's been kicked out of Congress for some pedophile shit has been Republican.
You have proof that these Catholic fucking priests are actual pedophiles. But there's no fucking proof that that gays are pedophiles. Where do they come up with this bullshit? I mean, it's just
out their ass. That's where they get it. They're self-righteous ass.
They don't want to get exposed. They don't want to get exposed for their own hypocrisy.
What's it with the Speaker of the House and his 17-year-old son have an app to let each other know when you're looking at porn? Really?
Exactly.
What is that shit?
Yeah, how
leave the
fucking
kid alone.
is that?
Huh? No, it's not. Either both of them know it's there. You think they're going to pick up that phone and start looking at porn? No, they got a burner phone. There's other ways, I guess.
He's quite the kinky fuck.
Evidently. Who? The new speaker, Mike Johnson?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
He got some super secret
going
on in his shit.
Yeah, they're probably into that BDSM too.
Oh,
That's
really?
why his wife is so subservient.
Oh, submissive, huh?
Yep.
Dominance and Boy,
Yep.
howdy shit.
Hey man, whatever floats your boat. I just
Hey,
still
I'm not
don't
in the
see
room.
after
I don't
all
give a
these
shit what
years.
you're doing in there.
Hey, you know what?
Right?
I don't care what he wants to do, but he seems to
But
care about what you and I want to do.
I don't care what he does behind his door, but when he comes out and starts knocking on my door, get the hell out of here. None of your business what I'm doing in here.
Seriously.
I wonder if he calls his wife mama.
I mean, they got Matt Gates, super creep.
Oh my God.
There's a story right now in my head that I wish I could sit here and tell you because it would just tickle the shit out of me and just give me all sorts of, but I can't. But I will tell you what it's about. You ever get one of those times when you go walking down memory lane and you're remembering people and you go, I wonder what happened to so-and-so, what happened to so-and-so. You get down the list of the people you really like, and you get to that list of people that were assholes, whatever happened to this guy. Well, I found one. Yeah.
Mazel tov. What about him?
2012. Huh? He got caught with a 13-year-old girl. And
Oh man.
he's
Imagine what that must be like to say, I'm going to bang this 13-year-old girl. I don't see anything wrong with that.
He did his time, and now he's asking the court to expunge it from his record. And the court said, "Fuck off."
John,
But
I watched a video by James Carville the other day, who is from Louisiana and knows Michael Johnson's
Raging Cajun
background and history pretty freaking well. And what he was saying about, excuse me, those that had mentored Mike Johnson in his road to being an evangelistic asshole.
Oh yeah.
The two men that had mentored him, one was caught, churchmen, leaders of their churches. One was caught with boys, underage boys, 13 and under.
Right.
And the other one had teenage women in his church that he was having special, I don't know what, confession sessions with.
Right. Ain't that's sad. I'm sorry.
Ain't that something, huh?
We need to know who these people are and where they came from.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's preferable to know.
Why don't the people get to vote on the Speaker of the House?
Well, because that's not how the Constitution reads.
No, I know that.
No.
I know.
Well, we should all have a say in it.
Representatives to do so.
That's what
and
we
this
do.
charades that they've put on in the last month or so, I mean, that's all it is. It's a fucking distraction from what's really going on behind the scenes, and that's the implementation and the setting up in position of people to get Project 2025 off the ground.
Yep.
If we can't stress it enough for people out there to go by, you could just Google it. Google Project 2025. For the brief synopsis, go right down to Wikipedia, and it'll give you a brief synopsis of exactly what they plan on doing if they get hold of the White House again. And yeah, democracy's not on the list, baby. It's being wiped out. We're going to move to something else.
They hate democracy.
They
Democracy means people can vote you out.
And they don't want that. That's what I keep saying. If they get back in, we're going to move from democracy to something else. Because it's not going to be democracy.
Christians.
Your
Hate
vote
Christians,
will
every
be.
one of them.
It's
Sons
going
of
to be
bitches.
moving to Mexico
under a authoritarian regime.
Exactly. Hold on. Let me send out a quick thank you to Keith Thompson. Oorah Marine came back with $2 and said, "How can any person of color support the Trump?" Well, I don't know, Keith. That's a very good question, but you got to remember every time we see one of those rallies, there's that guy back there that has that sign, "Blacks for Trump."
Well, first of all, that guy's getting paid.
I know, he's getting paid.
Okay. Second of all, the rest of the idiots that are out there just don't know their history. They don't know their history.
And I know all the women just like to have their pussies grabbed.
Hey. Oh yeah. Donnie Boy.
I mean, how does any woman vote for him?
Let me explain something to you. If you had one, you know.
You know. I want to welcome Uncle
Potato
Fatty into
homicide.
the room, and Ed is in here, so the room is getting a little bigger. John is in the room.
Good to
Blue
see
Dot.
all you guys.
Just let's try not to walk over each other. Welcome, Uncle Fatty.
Good to see all you guys.
Good deal. And John,
Hey guys, how are you?
doing fine, brother, and you?
Awesome.
Doing
Good.
good. Doing good.
And Ed is still muted up. Ed,
Well, we got 5 inches of fresh snow in the hills up here, John. I figured I'd let you know.
I'm going to pray for you.
Nice.
Good.
5 inches. I'm
You know,
not
I've been
going out the
listening
damn
for-
door.
I've been listening to you guys for a little bit here, and I just got to say, Mitch hit the nail on the head.
Mitch usually
Okay,
does.
this whole fake Christian bullshit. This, most of these assholes don't even go to church. Okay, and they're
Right.
spouting off all this
Well,
crap about
they don't have to. Once saved, always saved. Once you went in there and said, "Hey, hopefully you forgive me," and all that's
Well,
it.
when
It's
you can
over.
pray for forgiveness every day and have your sins forgiven every day, it gives you an excuse to sin. Is the way I see it, and that's the way most of them see it
I
too.
think
It's a
that
bunch
just
of
teaches
bullshit.
you that you can get away with it. All you have to do is go confess it and go out and do it the next day. Come back and confess it. You're good to go.
That's it.
Yep.
This whole pro-life movement.
Nate
The
Webster, I want to
pro-life
pray for you
movement.
too. More, please.
Yeah, exactly. There's, it's called Messiah complex. It's when you help people so that you can brag about helping people. It's so that you pray so you can
You
brag
help
about
people
being
for the benefit to
prayerful.
tell people that you're so benevolent in your actions. Look
No.
at me, what a kind guy
I
I
know
am.
people like that.
And there
Sounds
is
like
no such
sounds
word.
like the exact
as-
opposite of what Jesus said too.
Right.
It's exactly
you
right.
should not be
and I'm
taking
going
praise
through,
for it.
I'm going
Well,
back
look
through the
at
red letters. The red letters of the Bible are the words that the man himself spoke. And
Allegedly.
when you look at those words, this is 180 degrees away from what those teachings were. I've been saying for a long time, Jesus was born on Y2K. Okay, and he's down at the Mexican border washing people's feet and teaching them how to fish and teaching them how to break bread. This is.
I like,
There was
what,
no
here's
such
my
word
problem
as
is I
unborn.
enjoy, I like the concept itself of a benevolent being that is all powerful,
Yeah.
that sees us all, and that we all live under that premise of do unto others, and be kind and
Right.
do good works and all that stuff. That's what I want to believe. And that's what
Totally.
we all wish it was. But when you turn around and look, oh no, that's not what it is. Or we wouldn't have been discussing child molestation in the Catholic Church just a few minutes ago.
well, look at the
It's not always what
look
it
at the
appears to be.
Yeah, exactly.
look at the Baptist Church. They want to do away with Jesus because they're saying he's too liberal.
Right.
Jesus, well, he was. Was he not? If you compare the Old Testament to the New Testament, Jesus, the Old Testament's all about I'm going to smite thee down for anything here's a list, to I'm going to forgive you if you ask forgiveness, and everything's going to be better.
The Republicans are saying Jesus was too woke.
Too woke.
Well, and
I'm wondering how do you
How do they
How do you get
justify
up
that? That's God's son. What are you saying?
it's all the other words. There's a little over 170,000 verses in the New Testament, and a couple thousand of those are actually the red letter words. And of those, they're paragraphs long, where the other verses are like 4 or 5 words long. The whole thing is bullshit. Like Mitch was just saying, the word unborn. We invented that word.
Indeed.
That
We
was
didn't
a
invent
word invented by the pro-life movement to make us look like we're pro-death.
Yes.
And what we are is pro-healthcare, because Roe versus Wade was so much more than abortion. It was privacy. It was the shit that they want to take away in Project 2025. Your right to privacy, to be able to hold hands with your lover out in public. They're going to make gay and anything, anything that's deemed to be gay
And
will be
Lord,
illegal.
don't even think about
Straight up.
transgender.
All of the different websites, all of the different TV shows, all of the satire, comedy in itself is political discourse. And when you take that shit away,
Isn't that where
and he
most
says
people?
he's going to do it on day 1, like we've been saying, they're already trying. This is day 0.
Yes.
We got 51
If
weeks
you
to
don't
motivate
think that
our,
this
our
election
neighbors,
impacts
our family.
everything, including what
It's
you
gonna be
watch
the
on your
biggest one
nightly
ever.
news and your
This
entertainment.
And we got sicko Mike Johnson in the fucking office running around. That guy don't even start looking because you'll get sick. Literally, the guys, Bernadette nailed it too. You know, when he was getting trained by the guys he was getting trained from, they're all old school Southern Baptist, hardcore Old Testament guys that, you know, fire and brimstone.
You bet.
And the monkey farm. Bernadette, remember
they're
that
the old style we will beat religion
yeah,
into you
I
with this
remember all
Bible.
of it.
farm?
But this
These
is
guys-
this is
They believe
exactly
we walk
why.
with the dinosaurs. They
But
believe
this
we
is
walk hand in hand
exactly-
with the dinosaurs. They're so pro oil. They've been shoved oil up their ass their whole lives. These guys are messing around at the monkey farm. Is all I'm going to say.
You
It's
were gonna
fucking
What
say,
are we
James?
going to do about it, you guys? That's what I want to know. What are we, as a group, going to do about it?
We can't. Hey,
vote and
we
use your
cannot-
voice. Use your pen.
we cannot afford.
Go
We
ahead,
cannot
James.
afford. We can't afford to act like this is just a normal fucking election.
No,
We-
it's not.
This is not. This is not normal politics. This is not normal at all. We can't afford to act like that. And a lot of liberals will. They'll get out there and they'll vote for the you know, their favorite person instead of voting for whoever the fucking candidate is, whoever the fucking nominee is. That's
Oh,
gonna fuck us. We ain't care.
This year, this coming year is going to be a lot of people on the ballot. There's going to be others on the list besides the Republican and Democratic nominees. There are going to be third-party people on the ballot, and Joe Manchin might be one of them. You know,
you see old Cenk Uygur from the TYT got his deal yesterday where they approved him to be on some of the state ballots for the primaries.
Who's that? I'm sorry.
Big Jank from TYT.
Oh, the Young Turks.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Jank.
He put in a bunch of stuff, and he finally got one of the states, I forget who it was, approved him to be on the ballot for the primaries. And as of today, he's filed in every other state. I just checked; he did file in Washington, $50,000. I don't know who's paying his way,
know what?
but
We should not even be looking at him.
No,
this
that's
is,
what I'm saying.
y'all listen to me real close. Please
That's what I'm
listen
saying.
real close. This is a binary choice. I will say it again. We got two options. We either vote for Biden and Harris, and don't think there's going to be another VP, because there's not. We either vote for Biden and Harris and save our democracy, or Trump is going to win, because none of the rest of them are going to win.
This has to be a unified effort on the Democratic side. We can't be dicking around with
this is a binary choice, y'all. Jank's out there running his mouth just as much as Swama, whatever the fuck his name is.
Ramaswamy.
Okay, I don't give a shit what his
y'all
name
hear
is.
that,
He's insignificant.
Nikki Haley,
he's a billionaire.
Nikki Haley's up to number 2 under Donnie. Hey, let me send out a quick thank you to Jay.
She ain't gonna win.
No, I hope not. Jay.
They're all fucking distractions, and they're trying to pull the vote away from Biden.
That's on the Republican side. That Nikki Haley is now in the number 2 slot under Donnie, overpassing DeSantis. Oh, I know, baby.
I understand that.
There's
I listen too, and I'm hearing a lot of Democrats out here saying, I'm not going to vote for Biden.
Bullshit.
And the question I'm asking is why? Because he's done this, he's done that, he's done the other. Are you listening to what that other fucker is saying?
Exactly.
Because he's telling you exactly what he plans on doing should he take power. This is not about him being president. He don't want to be president. He wants to take power. That is
right. This is the
totally
one thing.
Fucking
the one thing
different.
that Donald Trump has not lied about.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's out in the open over it. Let me throw in a quick thank you to Jay, who came in with $5, said Trump will not win in 24. I can't believe any army of Karens with Trump leading could be any match for the might of the U.S. military. Thank you very much, Jay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we got a whole other year of this shit.
It goes along with the same thing we're saying. I've been saying he is not running to be president. He is running to raise an army. He doesn't give a shit about your vote. He's planning the same thing in January of 25 as he did in 20. It's the same plan, except they're improving upon it. That is why
Why
this
the
election is so important, because there cannot be any hesitation in this shit. I don't want to see any third party bullshit coming up. I don't care if it's Manchin, RFK Jr., Jill Stein's getting in there. Everybody's going to throw their head in the race. Don't be fooled by bullshit. Bernadette is right. It is a binary system. We're either going to have a Republican or a Democrat win. Ain't none of this third party shit gonna win. It's not powerful enough yet. You want that to work in the future?
Nope.
Fine. Keep working towards that. But
It's
unless
all
it becomes a viable party, it's
and
bullshit.
some of them may be progressive, and we need more
Yes.
progressives. Okay, I say to Jane, you could make more of a difference by running for somebody who sits in the House of Representatives and make it make sense again.
Well, it's the same thing. He doesn't want to be president. He just wants to get the word out there, and it's
Yeah, he just wants to run his mouth.
When he, you know
has a
something?
platform to do
He
that.
didn't do a motherfucking thing when he was president. He played golf and slept until noon.
He had his own courses.
He
and
made
got
a lot of
paid for it.
money, didn't he?
He
Made
sure
a lot
did.
of
Made
money.
about a quarter.
And
Made about a
tainted
quarter
the
of $1 billion.
orange because he
Indeed.
threw ketchup.
And that's not even counting
Well,
what his kids made. That's Donnie.
definitely go to project2025.org. It's the best place to go. If you have a shitty old or a spam type email that you've used, plug that into the system, and they will start bombarding you with all kinds of information on how you can be active. Okay, so Midas put out that thing the other day about it had
Midas Touch.
it was a meme, and it had all the things on the left side that said things that Hitler have said.
Yeah,
and then the
I
other
saw
side
that.
it says things. Well, yeah, they flipped that around, dude. Project 2025 flipped that around within an hour and turned it back into
Really?
a Nazi symbol on the left and all the Democrats' points of view. And then on the right side, it had all the stuff that
that's all they can do is project.
it's a game, and we got to play it. It's a game,
Well,
and we got to
it's a
play
game
it.
that
Even
because they
Bernadette,
know they're
good
ignorant
question.
players in the game, and that's who they're. I've always most of your good old boy Republicans that vote, ones with the rebel flag in the back and all that good shit. They're not interested in politics. They are sold solely on the social issues. They want Trump because he's a badass. He's gonna go in there and kick everybody's ass. That'll be fun. That's them. They don't give a shit about what legislation. Huh?
How do you see him as I don't get it.
I don't either.
How do you see Trump, that
It's WrestleMania.
soft fucker, as tough? He's not tough. Nothing
No.
Did
tough
you see
about
his greeting there at the UFC deal this weekend there, Mitch, where he went into the UFC with his boy and Dana and had the big,
Whatever.
grand entrance in
Yeah, I
the middle of the
didn't see
freaking
that.
fight.
But
Oh
that's
yeah, what a
him.
douchebag! No,
That's
he's
him.
an attention whore, like Bernadette's been saying. He's not going to give up the limelight to anybody.
No.
He's going to hire Stephen Miller to be his vice president. He's a
and that's
fucking Nazi.
already-
He writes
yeah.
all of his speeches anyways.
The little Nazi Stephen Miller's voice has been heard here lately. He's got his 2
If
cents. in
Democrats had
Donnie's
any
ear still.
balls at all, if we had anything within us at all, we would be calling and making sure that any one of these fuckers got pulled out of office and cannot run again under the 14th Section 3. Every one of them is a fucking insurrectionist. Every one of them is aiding and
Evidently.
abetting.
I read a quick article this morning that's having difficulties. They
It
want
is
to leave it
because
up
I
to
think-
They want to leave it up to the Supreme Court, and that will only
No,
happen
not the-
until after the election.
Yeah.
And
The
that's what
problem
they're
is
doing.
that he hasn't been
Two-thirds.
convicted of anything yet, is what I think the main problem is. And I understand that.
And I say fuck the 14th. I say we take it to the polls and we give them a major blue wave and shove this MAGA shit right up their ass and force them back underneath their fucking rocks.
That's what we need to
That's
do. But will it matter? Not to Donnie. That's the quandrum here. That's the problem we have. Is if we could come up with a blue wave, we can re-elect Joe Biden and in a landslide victory. But it will all be pointed to as fraud and voter fraud and everything by Donnie. He'll be screaming the same thing.
It was rigged. It was rigged.
It was rigged election.
Well,
Everything.
The bigger the blue wave, the smaller that red army is going to end
That
up
is
being.
correct.
That's going to be
Indeed.
willing to fight for him. If we give them a fucking 85% overwhelming vote, and those 15% of those idiots think that they're going to take us over, they're going to have another thing coming.
Yes,
It's like
it would not
all these
work, but there would be people that are going to be
the
in
whole right.
danger because of his ass. Because of this,
But what-
I'm not thinking that they have any chance of overrunning this nation and taking it over like they think they're going to do. No. But I worry his rhetoric are going to set off people to commit
It's
violent
setting
acts,
people
and
off
that's
up
just
here.
a matter of time before they do.
Well, look, just today, DePage, who was the man who went in and hit Nancy Pelosi's husband in
Right.
the head
Right.
with
he
a
got-
hammer, was found guilty.
Indeed.
He was already having psychological problems, okay, and he did exactly what the conspiracy theories told him to do. He was going to correct the situation, and now look what happened to him. He could be facing life in prison because
He should be.
you're absolutely right.
And the whole thing is, he's Canadian.
Go
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
that
they
was a
don't
little
care who the
bit of a
message reaches.
stunner.
but
for me.
you can't come
Not even a
here
registered
and try
voter.
to commit murder by hitting somebody in the fucking head with a hammer.
Heard that's against the law.
Yeah,
I have a
Imagine
question.
that.
I've got a question. We all know when Trump loses, he is going to say he wins, and it's all going to come
Right.
back, just like he did
Absolutely.
on the 6th. What are we going to do? We've got a year to figure out what are we going to do when he does
I
gotta
tell
this.
you what we're
Friend,
going to do.
We're going to do the same thing we
gotta
did
fight.
last time.
I saw another fight today at the grocery store. Okay, so on Labor Day, September 1st, I was in the auto zone, and one of the employees made some off-color reference, and the guy standing straight up punched him in the mouth. I went and tore the guy off of the employee, right? This employee is a big dude, right? He got his ass kicked for smarting off. And okay, I'm
Good.
not about violence, but I will say that, they got a big mouth. And this guy was halfway through a carburetor rebuild, apparently, and just wasn't going to have it. Well, today, same thing. I'm walking through the store. A couple of guys bump into each other. The one guy turns around. The one guy's wearing a MAGA hat, and the guy goes, "Hey, nice hat." Next thing you know, it's fucking game on, right?
Oh,
So
man.
I backed homeboy up. I was like, straight up, dude.
See, that's
You might
what,
want
that's
to walk
what
away.
this rhetoric has brought to us.
Yeah.
And
never seen
I can't say I'm
140
innocent. Look at the
pounds
T-shirts I wear. I don't wear them all, but
Yeah, but that's
most
not
of
violence.
No, but it will
Nope.
stimulate a
That's
conversation,
freedom.
which
Freedom.
sometimes leads into
99%
something more.
of the folks I run into up here are straight ultra mega, okay? And the Republicans that call themselves Republicans are definitely hard MAGA. And
Yeah, I'm
I don't
tired
give
of
a shit.
hearing
Here's-
I'll
ultra
throw it
MAGA.
right back at them. As soon as they
There's
say
like
something
Nazi-
stupid, I'll just laugh at
It's
them.
like
I just
it's
laugh
like
at them and
Nazi
say,
and
"Dude,
ultra Nazi. You know,
you
there's
fucking
it's a Nazi.
Yeah.
make
Yeah, just Nazi will do.
off-color comment and fucking Sleepy Joe and blah blah blah." I'm like, didn't you watch Fox News today? Because they broadcast an hour and 45-minute speech of Joe Biden. Every time he speaks, they broadcast that shit live. Okay? And then they get back on as soon as it's over and they cut a 40-second snippet out of it into like 2 minutes worth of footage and run that shit for days.
Yep.
And we got to
Unfortunately,
show them
How,
the video.
how can we
gotta
edit
laugh in their
this?
face. We got to show them Texas Pulse stuff. We got to show them different shit from Glenn Kirshner and we got to show them the fact videos from Ben Meiselas. That's the shit where I'm like, you know what? You want to tell me that AOC said 12 years ago that the world would be over by now because of global warming. And then they pull up a 3-second clip where she was talking about the fact that if we don't fucking do something, scientists are saying we only got a few years left before things start
and then
to
they
really
go,
go
look,
down.
we're fine.
And then they cut that
Yeah,
shit
that's
off.
when it
and they
becomes
spin
irreversible.
it, and we got to show them those videos. We got to shove this shit back in their face and say, look, dude, I know it sucks being lied to. I know it sucks coming to the realization that you've been a MAGA addict, and now we have to cure your addiction. You need to get that chemical trigger shit out of your brain. You need to turn the shit off. You need to turn off the social media first of all, because TikTok and the Facebooks are absolutely shoving this shit down people's throat. Okay, and they believe it. It's like watching the freaking Rebel HQ guys and the guys on the streets doing their gotcha videos with the dumb MAGAs at the freaking at the rallies. I spent 40 grand on my truck wrap this year, but I can't afford no fucking food because of Biden.
Oh, well, that line.
Yeah,
Goddamn,
right.
Yeah.
Goddamn Biden.
Yeah, no.
I got my 12 AR-15s,
Here's the
but I
thing.
can't afford nothing.
Don't
One at a
blame
time.
the fucking corporations that are price gouging everybody right now. Blame
Yep.
Biden. And that's
That's
the
their game.
tactic
Everything
right
you
now.
can blame Biden for the weather. If it's pissing on you,
So
if
we
it's
gotta
raining,
show
it's
them that
Biden's fault.
Absolutely.
That's what they're
We
doing
got to show
right
them
now.
those facts. Yeah, where the
At a
corporations
time,
are
I
making
remind
record
you, when
profit.
we're seeing good things happening, what did he do today? My God, he did something today. Oh, Lord, John's Rolodex is really behind. He accomplished something here. was yesterday or today. I can't remember which one because shit happens.
Sorry to get
He
you
called
guys
that
all fired up.
scumbag D a dictator, which he is.
Called who a dictator?
Xi Ping or whatever.
Oh,
his name is.
Xi Jinping.
He-
Oh, well, that's what I was thinking at. Right now, it's the world the way it is right now. At least we got he notified us that we have connection between our militaries, which is a good thing. Nobody wants to see any accidents,
Yeah.
set off some shit. They talked about trade back and forth. Of course, they would because we used to buy a whole lot more from them than we do now. And
They talked about fentanyl
yes, they
and
could.
stopping it from
The
being
precursor
shipped over here.
chemicals in the
Yes.
pill presses. That there were good things that came out of the meeting, and I hope it keeps progressing. You got two
And
choices
they talked about as president and dictator, both of them should pick up the phone when the other one calls.
yeah, that's a major thing. That's a good
Like
thing.
when
So
that
the meeting,
You know
the meeting
what?
resulted in a lot of good
I don't
things.
think Xi Jinping was all that insulted because it's fucking true. He is a dictator
They don't have both.
in his land.
He was happy to meet with Biden for sure. He knows 100% that fucking Trump ain't going to be back in office, so he's trying to make some relations.
That's correct.
I think so.
Yep.
I'll tell you,
Yeah,
there's
because-
a couple
because
And
the
things
anytime
people
we
in
can
his
use
country-
words over bullets, I'm all for that shit. Let's do that.
Because the
Heavily
people in
against
his
Trump.
country are suffering too.
Now it's
Yeah.
getting to the-
I was wondering, John.
Oh.
John down in is John down in Tennessee? Is that where our other John is?
Kentucky.
Kentucky,
Kentucky.
yeah. What
Yes, sir.
are you kind of rural? Or are you around a big city down there, or where are you at?
Rural, yeah, we down in the southeast part of
Oh,
the
shit.
state, cold country. So, yeah, it's I was going to jump in here and just say, if anybody wants to know what it's like to live in a blue state that goes red, this is it. Kentucky was blue in 1992, 96. We went
Texas,
red
too.
in 2000,
So was
and
Texas.
now,
Yes.
shits went to hell.
And look what has happened to your state and mine. If
Yeah.
yours is like mine, it's a little gerrymandered, ain't it?
Oh, this last cycle was just terrible what they did to our actual congressional district. I don't know who's got worse representatives, me or you.
Yeah. Well,
It's
It
terrible.
was real close to
But
being
we
the
have
same,
to
honey.
unite. I mean, we have to unite. This party has to be united going into next year.
we can.
You
got Rand Paul,
third
right?
Party.
Rand Paul versus Ted Cruz. Tough call.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah, I know.
That is a tough call.
James Comer.
I don't know. I think Ted
Rand
Cruz
Paul.
wins for being a jackass. Nobody likes Ted Cruz.
Did you see Comer get his ass ripped by Napolitz on
Yeah.
the
Oh,
floor the
yeah.
other day?
Was
Called him out
awesome.
on
yeah.
his financial
Awesome.
shit, and he got all bent
He
out of
was
shape.
mad
What
as
a
hell.
jackass. Yeah, what a jackass.
I never
me-
gave him any money. I just bought the whole thing.
I just paid for everything.
On
I
a-
gave it
on
to
a
him.
corporation, yeah, on an LLC that's never been filed as a company with the Secretary of State's office.
Exactly.
There you go.
Come on,
Let me
these
thank
guys.
Virginia.
you
Hold
know,
on. Let me send out a thank you to Virginia Thomas, also known as Ice Dragon. Came in with a $5 donation. Said thank you for all you do, Mr. John. Well, baby, thank you for the donation. Better yet, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member of this family. And this chat is just cooking tonight, and I'm just loving it. I can't read any of it because it's flying by me. So it just tells me this Boot Out family's talking.
But you know one thing that Kentucky did that Texas is yet to do?
What?
Kentucky
the
voted
governor.
for Bashir as
That's right.
governor.
They did.
And
Correct.
Texas still got
We got
Abbott.
Greg Abbott.
Stupid ass.
We're just trying to take
Sorry.
over federal
Sorry,
authority
John.
down here.
The
I
other
know it,
John's
baby.
got to be.
Did you see my video today? That's what I'm talking about.
Mm,
He wants
I
to be
know.
the grand poobah down here in Texas. He is no different than Trump. He's an authoritarian.
well,
It's his way or the highway.
I think
all lining up to be
he
oligarchs.
mirrors himself to be like Ron DeSantis for some fucking reason. Does he need a couple of lifts for his wheelchair?
Yeah, really. Really.
Meanwhile,
All right, I'm
my,
going to jump out.
my
Good
guys
night,
are-
everybody. Talk to you guys soon.
All right, Mitch, thank you for
Yeah,
coming
Mitch,
in.
take
Tell
care.
Julie
Later, man.
I said hello.
Sure will. Take care, guys.
All right.
See
Bye-bye.
you, man.
Yep,
Bye,
you too.
Mitch.
Now, what
Bye,
was
Mitch.
that? I think, John, you were saying?
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you take a look around at the living conditions since 2000, when the state went red in the presidential election that year, since that time, the quality of life has went to shit.
Yeah.
and more
Yeah,
expensive.
well, you
Tell
got
you, we
Mitch
had a
the Glitch and Rand Paul, so I pray for you guys down there.
Yeah,
Well,
we need.
we've entered into a time when the politics of the day has more to do with dividing people than it does unifying this country.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what
Exactly.
And if there's one thing that the Democrats need to be unified on, and that's supporting our president,
indeed.
because his list of accolades since he's been in office, he's
Is
done more for people
than
than
any
every
president
other president
in decades.
before him.
He's gotten more
I
done.
was reading today where we're
Yeah.
actually outpacing China with our
Yeah.
growth now.
Yep. And our
uh,
inflation's at pretty
Oh,
much nothing, and everybody else's is huge.
I kind of
And,
like
Well,
this
it's
and
Build
if
just
we're
Back
going
Better
to talk
thing.
about inflation, then let's blame who's responsible, and that's corporate profits is
That's exactly
responsible
right.
for inflation. We have the lowest inflation in the world right now.
And no better example of that than what you pay for gas.
And the
Well,
chip
Gas
no,
is
too.
going to go down. No,
Let's
no,
not go there again, because
Yeah, I
I'm
know it, I know
still
it.
at 589.
Oh, I'm just it tears my heart up when you say that.
I
I
need
was-
to
yeah.
go fund me just to get
In like
gas.
10 years
Okay.
from now, the effect of the CHIPS Act is going to have like $1 trillion a year difference in where it would have
Yes.
been in 10 years from
Thanks
what
to Joe
China would
Biden.
be profiting. We're going to be
Yep.
making our own shit, you guys, and that is so huge. I would support any kid these days that wants to get into the computer
See,
business. I would have
Yeah.
never
tech
done it
industries
before.
are gonna
If you want to
boom.
get into
Even more than
technology,
they
I would
already are.
jump in right now.
With
Yeah.
AI
Jump in
coming
right
up,
now. It's huge.
It's where
You
I'm
know it.
guiding my grandson.
and that's another thing that came up between Biden and Xi was the future
Hey.
of AI and how to control it, because it
Yeah.
will and can be and will be used for nefarious reasons. We all know that.
You know what they really
Well,
talked
hell,
about
that's
was the minerals.
look
They were
at
talking about the gold and silver that it takes to make those chips and everything else. Because right now we're shipping most of our raw material, and Idaho is this. Okay, between Idaho and Australia, we're the biggest silver producers in the world. Just North Idaho and Australia, right? And talk about pollution. Okay, so we had the biggest Superfund project ever put out by the EPA. Our Silver Valley over in Kellogg and whatever at the time was
It's a nasty
producing
business getting silver
80%
out.
of all the world's silver. Okay, at the time, it is so they were taking raw ore and burning it in these big outdoor kilns, and all that soot and shit would fall into the houses. Everybody was lead poisoned, right, from all
Yeah.
all the different shit coming out. It was in the soil, it was in the water. So they started finally electing some Democrat folks here, late 70s.
People that
Throughout
may
the
be
80s,
concerned
North
about
Idaho
that.
kind of went, yeah, we were pretty much blue, and
Yeah.
then the freaking Nazi stuff kind of by the early 90s, we were turning purple, and then we went hard right red, and that's when
You're
everything kind
telling
of went
the
to
same
shit.
story of Texas, baby. All you have to do
Yep.
is replace
And
that
And
with
then
oil
we
and
started
gas.
getting smart, and we started electing some blue folks, and we got that Superfund project
You
come in.
see-
It 2 feet of soil out of everybody's yards in the whole entire 4 or 5 towns through these valleys, and replaced it with clean soil from over here on the other side of the pass. And they went through and painted everybody's houses and gave them new roofs and did trillions of dollars of reclamation, they called it. But
Right.
it's only at that point until people are faced with hard times that they're willing to change. And right now, the folks that I'm talking to, the folks that I laugh at and show videos to, the folks that I just,
They're
when they
in
make
hard
some side
times.
comment, I just turn around and I look at them like, are you fucking shitting me? And they look at me like, I know I'm wrong, but I'm going to say it anyways because I'm MAGA. And I look at him and I'm just like,
That
dude,
mentality is
you've
very.
been friends forever, and you're telling me that you believe that shit. I'm concerned for you, bro. I'm really concerned that you've gone down a path that let's talk about this, or
It's a
I just
cold-
jump in their faces because we got to turn them, we got to flip them.
In your world, it's cold. Down here, it's oil and gas. Down here, oil and gas rules.
And why is it so expensive right now? Because the corporations are making
Because
so
they
much
can.
money.
That's all. Look at the profits between the big oil companies right now. They're at record profits and have been for years. Big money. Buyback programs on their stocks and shit. They're making money hand over foot.
Our refineries are running
Because they
110%.
can, because you're not going anywhere else. You got to buy gas. You got to have gas. You want to drive your car, you got to buy gas.
And that's why they're fighting so hard against the EV industry. They
Yes.
know that if they ever lose the combustible engine, they're going to have to do something. And
They're pissed off because we're coming up with wind generation. You
Well,
know,
and the companies are already changing
Excuse
this
me,
Solar.
thing
guys.
because the rest of the world wants it. You know, Europe's already going electric. Most of
we
Asia,
are way
a lot
behind.
of India. You know how many combustible engines are in India? You thought we had a
Oh
bunch
Lord,
of freaking vehicles.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Talk about
So
pollution.
the rest
Excuse
of the
me,
world's
guys.
doing it. You know, it's
Time
going to
out.
be a change. The minerals are going to be huge. I would look back into investing into mining right now for
Uncle
sure
Yeah,
because
Fatty.
we're going to need it
if
to
I
make
had
our own
money to
chip.
invest, go ahead, Bernadette.
Uncle Fatty,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
apologize. I don't mean to cut you off, but we have some housekeeping business to take care of.
Do it.
John,
I'm all fired up. So thank you.
time to roll the credits.
Oh, is it? Well, can't roll. Oh
Yes.
shit,
Holy shit,
we're over
Howard.
time.
You kidding
Let me
me?
thank
Yes, it
Alan
is.
Alan Roberts, who came in with a $2 Canadian donation. So again, that's a lot of money. And said GOPs are a group of tribes, divide and conquer and fuck Trump. That's their whole idea: is divide this country, piss one half off against the other half, and they can sit back and reap the rewards. And that's exactly what their plan is. Credits. Boy, howdy shit! With this one just flew by today. Just because the
Bye,
conversation.
Ed.
Go ahead.
Good
Yeah,
night.
Eddie.
All right.
Oh, now we're all going to just be quiet.
Well, no, you're going to continue running your mouth, I'm sure.
I am, because I want to thank everybody for coming in the room tonight and joining the conversation. It was indeed lively, and I appreciate that. Yeah, with the past couple of days, I needed this. Y'all keep saying thank me, but this is my connection, as much as it is for a lot of other people to the outside world, baby. I can't sit on my porch and do a rant without.
Well, I can't
sometimes.
get home and just yell at nobody. I got to have somebody to yell
That's
at.
right.
Shit.
I got to find friends, and I found them right here. Anyway, Uncle Fatty, thank you for coming in and using your voice, brother. You're always welcome in here.
Thank you guys as always.
Bring a lot to the table, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, pray for snow.
Yeah, I'll pray for you. Get that out of your head. No.
Yeah, at least
What would we do
it'll
without
help the
snow? It
drought.
brings us fresh water every year. Huh?
It'll help the droughts.
That's right. It will help,
Yeah.
indeed. Fill up some lakes. Anyway, Adam, thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it tremendously.
You bet, man. Thank you.
Indeed. Enjoy the rest of your day. And
Oh,
John,
I'll try to.
I know
I'll try
you will. I know you will, brother. And John, yeah, I heard that.
Hey, guys, thank you so much. Once again, it's just like a therapy session, and so
Well,
grateful to this family.
Yeah, well, I'm thankful for this family every damn time I turn on this camera. I really am, John. I feel just like you. This is my lifeline to the normal world out here. And
Absolutely.
I appreciate every one of you that come in here, that watch, that participate, that donate. I mean, this whole family is something dear to all of us, I think, at this point. Anyway,
This is how we win.
This is how we win. Indeed, John. A good way to put it. Anyway,
I
John,
think it's a lifeline for a bunch of us.
and myself included. And yeah, so let's keep the lifeline going. Throw that life preserver to somebody you know. James, thank you, brother. How's the puppy?
Thank you. Oh, she's over here underneath the cover. She's
Are
trying
you
to
having
go
a
to bed.
chastiser? I seen you chastise her now. Her lovely little face was just, I seen you messing with her.
Oh, she plays cute just so she knows I won't
Yeah,
fucking
she's
do
got
nothing.
you wrapped around her paw. I know
Yeah.
the song, buddy. I know it. I hear it all the time.
Hey, I want somebody to make me a meme with a list of all of Biden's accomplishments and all of Trump's accomplishments.
You know,
I will share that shit. I will share that shit every fucking day.
You know,
Please.
I'll try to put a screen up or a panel up that with his accomplishments. I ain't going to put Trump's up because I don't think there were that many of them. But I might put a screen up, a button I can hit that would bring up, when we discuss this, the things that he has done, and keep that updated, because he keeps doing things every day. And I think that's the sad part, is we're not seeing a lot of that shit in the news because it's overrun with other bullshit.
He's just doing his fucking job. He's doing what he
his job. And
yeah, but that would be perfect for somebody like me, so that I can keep reposting it. Shit, I'll put it out on my freaking front gate.
I'll see if I can get Travis to make us a screen and do that. And we missed our two for blues tonight because we jacking our mouth tonight. These are important things I need to tend to, but it was a lively discussion.
We'll get back on it.
We will. And Sisyphus, thank you for coming in. Dear, you just muted yourself.
She's muted right now.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you for letting me come in.
Anytime, darling. Come in here. I appreciate it. Every time you come in, you add to the conversation, but you don't jump on anybody's conversation. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, I do.
I just appreciate this group at finding other people that are like-minded, because I'm just freaking surrounded, including my family, by red, and there's no converting them.
I know how you feel. It's taxing on the system, isn't it?
It is.
It is when it's right out your door. Yeah, it's hard sometimes for a lot of people, and so yeah, that's why we're all here. But Sisyphus, thank you very much for coming in. And Bernadette, do you have
Yes.
anybody you want to shout out?
Yes, tonight, since our dear Missy Chick
Who
is
we
gone,
missed
I'm
tonight?
taking over some duties tonight. She left me a list.
Oh, ain't that sweet of her? She made a list and sent it to Bernadette.
I'm going to do the best that I can, okay?
I'm sure
So
it will
from
be
Facebook, we have some followers that she would like to shout out.
Okay.
Barbara Sindlab from New Hampshire.
Outstanding.
We have Dino Fishuri from Victoria, Australia.
Outstanding. Another Aussie down under. Thank you.
Yeah, Randall Berry from Connecticut. John Preble from South Carolina.
Outstanding.
Ace Barnett from Oklahoma. And Joe Carson from Maine. And some shit sharers from Facebook.
We have some shit people share that shit.
We do have people that share that shit. We have Barry Otterholt from Washington. He shared that shit. Kenny Owens from California. CA.
Outstanding.
Lulu Oliver Landau from Missouri. And Candace Lynn Peterson from North Carolina. AJ Soak, I think it's Scroham, shared that shit up there in Oregon. And Gary Bauer from Arizona shared that shit.
I appreciate every one of you that shared that shit. This family grows because of that.
And Missy Chick shared that shit with me.
Outstanding, Miss Chick. We missed you tonight, darling. I hope everything is well. We send our love, and you know you're in our hearts, baby. So take care of yourself. And thank you, Bernadette, for all that you do, darling. And
y'all kept me busy tonight. Kept me busy. We were a little short-handed, but we managed to pull this one.
Yeah, but I heard that fire come out tonight, baby. I heard that fire come out tonight.
Well, you know, I just want everybody to be informed and go out there and let's do our duty and save our democracy.
That's what we're about.
Blue.
Vote blue and save this country. Before we go, let me send out a thank you to Adam here. Just now came in, one of our guests on the show tonight. Adam came in with a $5 donation and said, "Great job tonight, guys. I just think mainstream media should start calling them maggots and not Republicans. Peace. B&B Thursday. Hey, you're practicing. That's all. Getting ready for B&B Friday, which will be tomorrow. So put the beer on the ice, get the bud in the bowl, and get ready for a weekend. Anyway, thank you all for coming in tonight. Thank you for making this family grow. To everybody that's in that chat, you're in my heart. I can't keep up with that chat, but I can see what's going by. And it is a lot of conversation, a lot of love being passed within this family. And that is the heart of this. And so I want to thank you. And thank you to all those names going by who support us every month on Patreon. Those that came in with donations, we truly appreciate it. It's what keeps me going and able to keep doing this. Anyway, again, Manana Friday, so we'll be back here again on Sunday night for another Blue Dot family meeting. So until then, relax, enjoy yourself as best you can, get the week's pressures off of you, and get ready for a new week of pressures. So anyway, y'all say goodnight.
Night.
Night now, guys.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you again on Sunday. Take care of yourself and smile and give somebody else a smile.